Joining me now is Vivek Ramaswamy, former Republican presidential candidate. Vivek, this really is not surprising. What's surprising, I think, is that we haven't had a major terror attack in the last 3.5 years. But this is inevitable, is it not?
I'm worried about the next 6 to 7 months, Laura. We are entering one of the more dangerous periods that we've entered since 9/11, since in my lifetime in this country. And I'll tell you this, just do the basic math. If there are upwards of 20 million illegals in this country right now, and that may be a conservative estimate, even if 99 out of 100 came with good intentions, that's generous. That's 1%. That's talking about hundreds of thousands of people who are here with ill intentions. That's dangerous, and I worry about what this country holds in store unless we change leadership and actually start these mass deportations and fix that border crisis now.
Is it too over the top to say they are inviting terrorists into the country until they have to be picked up by having this border as it is?
They effectively are. During my presidential campaign, I went to the Rio Grande. The night before I went there, 2 men from Lebanon flew here to cross our own southern border. Think about the pains that somebody has to go through, even from places like North Korea, where they could actually seek refugee status, but to sneak across the southern border instead. Those are not healthy intentions. And so the reality is many people are coming here with bad intentions, but the Biden administration is tolerating it. They're saying it's cost of doing business, of achieving their objective, of effectively, Laura, importing long-run voters and stopping the export of long-run voters. That's their objective, said plain and simple.
Now, the acting director of ICE, Vivek, explained today that why these potential terrorists were able to get through this so-called vetting process. Watch this.
Sometimes there's just no information on individuals. I mean, it's quite common where there's just nothing. You know, you don't have anything. There's no criminal convictions. There's no threat information or whatever on these individuals. Or maybe these individuals are from an area that are particularly of concern, but that pops up later when you get information later on.
Vivek, then why aren't they shutting the border down?
Well, the reality is this is the information they haven't received is because they're not collecting it from those other countries. So under President Trump, they said that if you don't actually provide the information from that other country, you're not going to be able to enter this country. 212F authority, you got 287G authorities. The best border policy of all is we don't need new border laws. What we actually need is a new president who enforces the laws that are already on the books. And that's what we're missing right now. And this is plain and simple. The executive branch can take care of this and get this done. The reality is you need a president with the spine to enforce it and somebody running DHS who's a successor to Mayorkas that actually enforces the law rather than negating it or making it up as they go along.
I think it was back in, 1919 that the border was actually shut down because there was a great fear of anarchists coming into the United States. The border just shut down.
Yep.
The first priority for any administration has to be to protect the American people.
That's right.
This is their last priority at this point. That's all you can conclude here.
The first and most basic moral obligation of our elected leaders is to look after our own citizens in this country. And the reason, Laura, you see this decline of national pride in our country, the reason why you see the decline of national allegiance in our country is when our own elected leaders stop pledging allegiance to their citizens, our citizens stop pledging allegiance to our own nation. So this is part of our national decline as a country. Fix that border crisis, fix this illegal mass migration and infestation problem in our country. That's the beginning of how we revive the United States. And
yet at the same time, we have Republicans, Roger Wicker, Mitch McConnell, and others, who are pushing for an increase of our military spending to 5% of GDP while we have our southern border open and while we're doing, woke events for the month of June all across the American military apparatus.
Well, the reality is,
why should be increasing the military spending when we have an open border?
We should be actually using those military resources at existing spending to protect our own border in this country. Homeland Security has the Coast Guard sitting underneath it. They should be occupying the Rio Grande, which is a waterway. Move the National Guard, move the military to our own southern border to protect our homeland in the United States of America. So you know what? You want to talk about improving the United States national defense? Let's start with actually protecting the United States of America itself. We're failing to do that, and until we do, any discussion about moving to 5% of GDP is the wrong conversation if we're misusing our military resources as they exist today.
Vivek, great
we need a new commander-in-chief.
Great to see you, as always. Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.